Hi, today I'm reviewing the Coola Full Spectrum 360 Sun Silk Drops. And really quick, I just want to say I purchase size products with my own money, so you know you can trust my opinion is what I honestly believe. So this is a new SPF sunscreen that Coola recently released, and I must say it's very beautiful, beautiful packaging, which drew my eye to it. And once I kind of did a little bit of a swatch test on my hand in the store, I had to purchase it. So I'm going to let you guys know my thoughts of it. So on the Sarah score scale, my first criteria is packaging. And the packaging is beautiful. They've done a nice job with it. The bottle is opaque, so it prevents the good ingredients in here from being exposed to light and air. And then it's got a dropper bottle packaging, so it further prevents some of those good ingredients from being degraded by the light and air exposure, which is always a good thing. You always want to protect your skincare from that exposure. So my second criteria is alcohol, and this does not contain any denatured alcohol. My third criteria is fragrance, and this is pretty fragrant. I think most of that is probably trying to prevent the scent of the chemical sunscreen, because those always have that sunscreen scent to them, but it does contain a bitter orange, jasmine, and then Maribium vulgare extract, which is a relative from the mint family, so it definitely has a scent to it. It does dissipate. For me, I noticed it dissipate after about an hour. And for me, I didn't mind it as much because most of it was covering up that sunscreen scent. Even a little bit of that chemical sunscreen scent kind of got through. That dissipated after that. Probably that sunscreen scent dissipated after a couple of hours. So normally I'm a lot more hard on a product that has a lot of fragrance in it. This one I'm going to give them a little bit of a pass, but again, with a sunscreen, you definitely want to be careful, because if you're being out in the sun, some of those fragrance that can be skin sensitizers can be even more sensitized when you combined it with chemical sunscreen and sun exposure. So if you have sensitive skin, and even not, you might have some issues with it. So just be very careful with it and start out slow. You don't want to apply it on the first time on a day you're going to be out on a boat for 8 hours. You just want to be careful, because some of those skin sensitizers can kind of multiply in their sensitivity, causing when you are exposing them with the chemical sunscreen. So it's a little bit sketchy. Most Coola products are pretty solid, and especially in terms of fragrance, most of them don't include a ton of fragrance. This one is probably more than most of their other ones, but they tend to use a lot of their mineral sunscreen, so I don't think they're trying to cover up as much of a scent with some of those. So just be careful when you start out with it. That's all I'm saying. So my number fourth criteria is manufacturing location, and this is made in the U.S., so there's no issues there. My sixth criteria is antioxidants and pigmentation, and this being a chemical sunscreen, there's none of that white cast like some of those mineral ones that contain zinc or titanium dioxide can have. And in terms of antioxidants, I would have liked to see more than what they put in here. They really didn't put a ton in there. They focused more on moisturizing ingredients such as aloe, olive oil, jojoba oil, sodium hyaluronate. There's really not a ton of antioxidants in there to be spoken of, but they focused more on some of the moisturizing ingredients, which I can't blame them for. But in terms of pigmentation, there is none. So that's the one nice thing, is you're not going to get any white cast, and it's not going to really interfere with your makeup application. So that's always a good thing. My number 7 criteria is animal testing, and Coola is cruelty-free, which always makes me feel a lot better when I'm giving them my hard-earned cash. My number 8 criteria is performance, and I gave them a thumb up there. It works great under makeup because you can't tell that you're wearing anything. And it feels very silky when you put it on, so it feels nice when you apply it. So they recommend applying it kind of in upward strokes on your face, starting with your neck or décolleté. But what I really like is how silky it feels when they say sun silk drops. That's kind of what made me fall in love with it, was how silky and smooth it felt on my skin. So I was willing to kind of forgive them for some of their wrongs with the fragrance. So And then my number 9 criteria is price, and it is a little pricey. This is the full size, which is 1 ounce, and it is $46. So it's a little bit pricier. And I'm a little bit harder on sunscreens when it comes to price because you have to be willing to apply them very liberally. And if you're always worried about having to replace the bottle with a new bottle and you're not applying it liberally, you're probably not getting as effective SPF coverage as you should be getting. So yeah, so $46 might be a little bit more expensive. There's definitely more expensive sunscreens out there. But just be sure it's something that if you need to replace this once or twice a month or, you know, every month, that you can afford to do so. And just make sure you're applying it very liberally and getting good coverage. So might be a little too pricey for some people. A little bit does go a long way, as you saw in my hand. A little drop covered most of my hand. So that is the one good factor with it. So, and then my number 10 criteria is the it factor, and I gave it a thumb up. I love the Coola brand. I love how silky this feels. I love the packaging. It's beautiful. Yeah, so I like that. The fact that it's 70% organic. Coola does a lot of things with organic. I'm not as big into organic as a lot of other people are. A lot of people look for organic products. You know, I'm all about, is it good? Is it effective? Does it have research? So that's kind of where I am. And then I also like the fact that it's an SPF of 30, which is the gold standard. You don't want to go any lower than that. So they've done a pretty good job with this product. I gave it a 7 out of 10, which is pretty good. And like I said, I'm a little bit harder on sunscreens and SPFs because it is such a vital part of your makeup and skincare routine. Especially, it's the only real thing that you can use to prevent aging. So it's very good to be critical of them. And yeah, so anyway, I'm interested if you guys have had a chance to give this a try yet or not. And if so, what your thoughts were. Or if you've tried anything else from the Coola brand. Last summer, they added some good self-tanning products in there, which I, for the most part, really liked. And I look forward to seeing more products from them. So anyway, leave a comment. I love hearing from you guys. Feel free to subscribe if you're not already. I come with at least one new review every day. And as always, check out nobsbeauty.net and the Amazon link below. And if you like this review, give it a thumbs up. Thank you so much, guys.